All right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. It's me and the highest dude you know in Montana. So there you go. The real star of the show has made it. This is the craziest thing. This dog is my dog. I'm her person, and she comes in here and bothers me. But when I go to pick her up, she backs up every time. I have to trick her. Hey, baby, hey, baby, gotcha, gotcha, buddy. Isn't that right? Everybody should have somebody to love you as much as you love me, buddy. So here we, Phoebe, I'm about to tell these people. I have to let a few people come in, but we're going to tell them the story of the dumbest customer of the year.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that? Okay, what if I said the T word?
Ooh.
We're not saying the T word
We'll say it.
because your belly's as big as mine and Dave's. Sorry. So we saw John was live, and I'm like, John can't have all the fun on a Thursday night. Damn it. Last night was terrible. A lot of people were asking how I'm doing. I died 3 times during the tornadoes last night, but I'm back.
He's back.
So I'm north of Huntsville. So one tornado went below us and 2 went above us. It was pretty ugly. So Joni, the lovely or irritating Joni, depending on which what frame of mind she's currently in. So I'm going to show you the pictures that she posted on Facebook that people. These are from the area here. Share screen, Joni Facebook. So that's what was here last night. Those 3 tornadoes. One was really small, but one was larger and did some serious damage around here. And then there's the medium. So we got small, medium, and large. There's your tornadoes for Huntsville last night. We had like 4.5 hours of those things. Is it 10 for you right now? No, Dougie, it's 9. All right. So anybody else is brave enough to come join me in the smoky one? Can't be on the couch, can't touch yourself, and there you go.
There you go.
There it is. I have to come up with these rules. So 26 people here. Hey, thank you for joining us. This was so infuriating. I was so mad. I was yelling. Johnny's like, you can tell me without yelling. I'm like, you need to share in my anger with this customer. So 25 people's enough. I lost one. Sorry, but to the dearly departed number 26, we'll miss you. I'm going to drink to you here. I think I'm becoming an alcoholic, by the way. If you can't lay on the couch or out, Josh, I gotta have rules, man. There's got to be rules. So I get a return request on eBay. So I'll tell you how Amazon's been screwing me with me in a minute. But eBay looked around and goes, screwing around with Scott is so much fun. We're gonna get into the act. And I'm like, so I sell some eye drops. My eBay store is not a mystery. So if you can't find my eBay store, you're the god awfulest worst reseller ever, by the way. Just gonna tell you that. If you can't find the Bearded Pickers eBay store, you might. Yeah. So anyway, I sold it. She bought 2 of the eye drops. The expiration date is listed in the title, and she says the medicine is expired. You have to be careful because it is an eye medication. Please, more humanity with the people. What in the hell does that even mean? More humanity with the people. Okay, so here, I kept it open here. Did I close it by accident? No, it's on the other computer. Dang it! This is what happens when you run 2 screens. So we're going to present and share screen, and we're going to all read this together so you can understand how angry I am with this person. Here we go. It's the number 1 selling brand in preservative-free artificial tears. Asterisk. The asterisk says artificial tears, preservative free unit something in unit sales manufactured the 52 weeks ending 4/19/2020. And she circles this. This stupid bitch thinks that is the expiration date. It has an asterisk, woman. That's telling you the date which they're making their claim that it's the number one eye drop. The date is on the bottom of the box, 7/24, you dumbass.
Oh my God.
For the humanity. More humanity for the people. How about more humanity for the fucking bearded picker? Can we have a humanity for the bearded picker? You giant douche canoe. I mean, that's the point that I get. These people are so self-righteous in their correctness and their and they are so damn wrong. And this is so you've got somebody like that. So let's say eBay. This thing went to Texas, by the way. So this person is in Texas. She's got some. I don't think she might not be a homogenine or whatever her name is. English might not be her first language, but obviously comprehension is not her first language.
Yeah.
I hope she's really attractive because she's dumb as she is probably so bad she'd make a freight train take a dirt road. I'm telling you.
Now you got me looking at my returns. I got some dumb ones too.
But I'll take things back. I got free returns. I'll take them back. But woman, those little circles you drew, it looks like you drew them on a picture. But if you drew them on my box, I will charge you half. If I can't resell those, I will charge you half. But it's just, there should be an ignorant tax. Has anybody else ever thought that there should be an ignorant tax on returns and some of the things we deal with?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna start a campaign for an ignorant tax. You know, we should automatically be able to deduct a certain percentage from any return or anything we deal with, due to the fact that the general public and people are just so stupid. I'll make a mistake every now and then. I will take responsibility for my mistake. I will apologize. But I sent this lady a message. I'm like, listen. And I was nice about it. I'm like, that point. And I was still a little hot when I did it. I probably should have waited a few minutes. I'm like, you realize that's the part where they're doing the marketing and there's an asterisk for a reason there to tell you the date of the time period of the number one. Please look at the bottom of the box. This product. The problem is, if she'd have done this on Amazon, Amazon would have broke out the guillotine, put my nuts on one side, and told me that if I didn't bow down to all that is Amazon and admit that I have done wrong by the customer and sent them an out of date product and made a fucking action plan because of this dumbass, that I would never be allowed to sell that again, and they start screwing with me even more.
Yep.
Am I telling the truth, Dave?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely insane that these platforms treat these customer comments with such. It is like they treat these customer comments, especially on Amazon, they treat these comments and these customer comments like it was God writing on the stone tablets to Moses. I am not exaggerating. I have had to make action plans for customer stupidity.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the big girl sizes I can't even sell because of the returns. How do you make an action plan that says, I'm sorry, these women don't know how big their asses are? Because they don't return it for not fit. They return it for not as described. They return it for sent the wrong item because, the wrong item because it wasn't enough fabric to cover the badonkadonk that you've got back there, darling. And shout out to the big girls. Shout out
to the big girls.
But it's amazing the punitive nature of which these platforms operate. Look at eBay is the same way. You get a couple of returns, and then all of a sudden your returns are higher than the average in your category. they want to charge you extra fees, whether you're in the wrong or the right. And I like to assume most resellers, you do this for a living, you do this for a reason. Vast majority are good sellers. Oh hell!
Uh-oh. Who we got?
Oh yeah, this is. Hey, did you kick that person out yet for being late?
Oh,
What
happened?
I get a call today. He's talking about. I think I got another victim.
Oh, you're
Cheers to the former runner.
eviction rampage again?
So are those drumsticks or twigs?
Yes.
Yes and yes.
Ron said, my dad used to say if they weren't good in bed, they'd be worthless.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fine ladies out there and a lot of fine women resellers. And it's just, this one just happened. There are enough dumb guys out there. There's enough dumb of everybody. Dumb. Okay. So dumb is not limited to, it doesn't matter how much money you got. You don't care what color you are. You don't care what sex you are. Dumb does not discriminate. Dumb comes in every shape, form, and size. It's just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I am that dumb, but right now I am not that dumb.
So which size is it tonight?
Huh?
So which size is it tonight? 8.
Depends on who's measuring. This is the Friday night. I told y'all last week I was gonna give up drinking, but
you gave it up for one night, right?
That's much left.
You can't be a quitter.
You can't be a quitter. Andy Glass.
Ah, Andy.
See, that's what happens. If you say dumb, dumb, dumb 3 times, they show up just like that. We all don't know Andy lives in North Carolina. I've met him in person once or twice. Andy, that's a stand-up individual. He's a good dude. We like to go back and forth, giving each other hell. I'll get something. I'll get a message from Andy on Instagram, and I'll watch it, and I'll think, "What in the hell does your feed look like on Instagram, Andy? Holy crap!" And then I try to send something 10 times worse back to him, and then it's just terrible. But I'm just ranting about this person. These things will come back if they come back, and I'll resell them. Or if she's opened them, I'll charge her half and move on. So, I'm into them. I will still be able to make money even if I have to carry on like that. So, Garden Resells, good evening. We're just hanging out, kind of. I'm always talking to one of these. I seem like I've talked to both these two like all day today. Biff, yes. Happy, yes. It's so everybody wants to talk about eBay, and eBay's not always the villain, folks.
Yeah.
So yesterday, so what's today? Today's Thursday. So Tuesday afternoon, Dave says, "Did you? Oh my God, is he still awake? What the fuck?
He's still awake."
and you got permission from Marsha to come on?
Yeah.
I heard somebody say "dumb, dumb, dumb" 3 times, so I showed.
Oh, it worked.
There you go. Be careful who you send the link to. And so Dave says, we're on the same listing for a product on Amazon, and he said, man, good deal. I see you sold yours, and I'm like, what do you mean I sold them? They're sitting right over there. He says, you're not on the listing anymore, and I'm like, I'm not on the listing. Okay, so I went and put them back up, and I'm like, that's weird. And Dave goes, I told you there's something about some of these things. Amazon, I'm not crazy. They're pulling games, and there's problems with their platform. Yep. And I'm sitting here thinking, God, I opened a can of worms. Dave's about to go off on a tangent for the next hour, and he did. And he's not denying it, so you know it's the truth, right, Dave?
I'm right.
If you want somebody to study something, give Dave a challenge to go look it up, because Dave is going to look at it until he knows it backwards, forward,
patterns,
and he knows the patterns. It's the pattern. And so Dave goes on this tangent about he sees patterns about how items with lower sellers and stuff sometimes get kicked off. And I'm thinking, I'm trying my best just to move on. So Tuesday night, after I've decided that my low sales are because I haven't been very active with a repricer. You know, the repricer in the below. If you need a repricer, ours is one of the best, and you can get a discount on it. And I'm like, I can't find any of my health and beauty. And y'all know I've been searching health and beauty all year. I'm missing 157 listings. It wasn't just the one that Dave noticed was missing. It's all of them, and not just health and beauty. I found out some of my toys are missing. The only thing that's not been affected is media. All my DVDs and books are still up. Everything else gone.
Yep.
And so I've been relisting again today. But then as I start to relist, Amazon has gated me in like 6 of those brands. Yeah, I've got an account that has no issues with health. And from 2000, this is a 2013 account. I'm grandfathered in on damn near everything. There are people on some of these brands that have 2 feedback, and I'm the one now that can't list on them.
This is what happens when you got a bot running things. You know, it's not perfect. It's gonna make mistakes. But
So my question to you is this: 45 people joining us, probably all real experienced resellers. Is I've got a terrible return opened up by an idiot. I've got Amazon on the other side deleting 140 some listings and restricting my ability to sell on six different brands, 6 of my bigger brands. Should I quit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just fucking bail out now.
Because that's what most people are telling you. It's the end of the world. The platform's against us. They're chasing us away. They don't want any of us. It's just that's what you hear. Should I quit? They just don't know I'm one stubborn SOB, and it's going to take way more than that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amazon, did you get that message about the one certain product that can't sell it in California now?
No, if I did, I didn't know.
Yeah, I'll have to send you the email.
Well, there's a lot of products that can't go to California.
Well, it's the eye drops.
Oh,
yeah, I know. It
doesn't affect me. They leave
not
California.
not because of what's in it. It's because of the packaging.
So wait, why would that matter though?
Because it makes claims of being biodegradable packaging.
No, but I mean, as far as selling on Amazon, what difference would it make? None, right?
Can't go to California.
I mean, yeah, that's Amazon's problem.
But that's
well.
I'm reading. So I go read in one of the groups, and this has happened to a lot of people. It's just not me. There's been mass restrictions and stuff, so it's coming. So one of the listings I tried to relist an item, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this one didn't get taken. This one didn't get disappeared. And I'm still on the listing, and it's asking me to get approval to sell it. I'm like, how do I need approval to sell it if I'm actively on the listing? I can see myself on the listing.
No, it's okay. So I got another example. That happened to me. There were a product I was on. I had been selling it for years. I had it in stock. FBA was selling it and was gated. They gated me in a bunch of them. Let me sell through my product, and then I was gated.
Oh. Yes, I think that might happen to a lot of people. The people that are still on the listings.
Yeah,
once you go to relist,
let you sell through. When you run out of inventory, now you can't send more in.
I think some of it might be a crackdown, Dave, on the generic listings. Amazon has gone to this, got their panties in the wad about, because there are a lot of people that, so if you don't know anything about Amazon, so say I wanted to list a listing for Coke Zero. I can't list in the brand name Coca-Cola because it is highly restricted to be able to create a listing. You have to go to jump through hoops. So say I wanted to list this cup right here.
See if I can find one.
I can't list this cup right here, but I know someone who has sold so much of this damn shit that he can make this listing. And he's measuring twigs, so that'll give you an information. That'll tell you who that is. Can make a Starbucks listing, but I can't. And so, but if I wanted to list this, you could list it as a generic brand, or you could list it as a crazy brand and not use Starbucks as a brand. And that's how people have gotten around it. And so if you see a listing that says, everything shows up Coke Zero, but the brand says it's cake, not Coke. That's what they've, or the generic. That's what they've done, and now Amazon is restricting the ability for you to be able to list on a generic brand. And
I
can't even,
think that's
I
a
can't
good
even
thing.
list on my own.
don't-
I can't even list on my own brand
I don't.
because
I
I
don't
haven't
think
listed in so long.
generic should be allowed, but
I don't think it should be either.
because I think that makes a bad buyer's experience more than anything else. I mean, who cares about like the creating listings? I mean, at some point, Amazon does have to have a listing for certain things because customers demand it. But I don't think generic listings are the answer.
No, because I mean, so Amazon has a responsibility to the public and to make listings that they can. The generic listing leads to fakes. It leads to inauthentic claims and those kind of things.
Yep.
So you generally want to stay away from the generic. Thrifting Brothers, time to pivot and buy all the Bolo lists. Nah. I would pivot to Whatnot first. I would pivot to selling more on eBay. I would pivot anywhere else. I don't need a Bolo list.
I'll pivot to.
I'm a walking Bolo list. I don't need a Bolo list. If I want Bolos, I'll go find my own. It's ain't hard, folks. The people that need a Bolo list. Okay, so if you're doing part time and you don't have as much time, I get it. You're the exception. But if you're doing this full time and you're doing retail arbitrage or something full time and can't go out and figure out what to sell, and you need a cheat sheet, maybe you aren't the great hope, the great white hope, great whatever color you are, reseller you think you are. If you need a cheat sheet, take my advice, find some friends, because there's nothing that I wouldn't tell any of these three guys because I know they will profit from it. We all live in different areas, and they will honor that.
Making
And if
sure
they
that we're
find
doing
something
agree
cool,
with.
and if they find something cool, they'll go, "Hey, Beard, look out for this." Because I've got a circle of friends that I trust.
Mhm.
And it hadn't always worked out that way. Some of them had to be kicked out of the circle because, they failed the trustworthy part. But that
Mhm.
happens.
Oh, I'll send you a stick if you want to grow willows.
But I don't have somebody like David I can send to trim them every time I get an order.
You've got a Jacob.
True that. You got me there.
They're about the same age.
So there's some cigar and resells. I don't. So if there's another seller that sells a lot of the same stuff I do, I will look at what they sell. That's research. That's market research. I don't consider that a cheat sheet because you don't need a cheat sheet. If you find things that you like to sell, look at what other sellers sell, and that'll give you ideas to expand your knowledge. There's different ways that you don't have to pay that person. There's lots of people making a ton of money teaching, and I went down that road a couple of times, and I'm a good teacher. I'm just not good with
Marketing it.
ADD, my ADHD. I have so many things going on. I have a hard time doing the same thing over and over.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm on the road. You're gonna have to put up with me eating. I'll mute it.
Are you eating pizza now?
Yeah, as the Beard King Picker is saying that he's been on a generic listing for 3 years and no issues. I agree. You can do it, and maybe it might go
Right.
forever and not have any listing issues or selling issues with it. But it's always subject.
Dave, do you have another screen name?
No.
Retro John says he rips the bong and all the screen reselling knowledge comes to him.
Well, yeah, me too, man. I don't know. That's how it works. If I'm not
Amazon-
Scooby, I don't do well. If I get Scooby, then
Amazon's a weird beast. I have a listing. I have two of these. They're separate listings. This is the left ear, and I have the right ear. The right ear got taken down.
is that
and the
for
left ear?
AIDS?
Hey,
It's an amplifier.
Josh says, "Do not give away the Power Hour topic."
What?
That's just me and John. How do you know what the Power Hour topic is?
What is the Power Hour topic? Oh, that would be giving it away if you told me.
I'm just trying to have conversation.
Right, I'm not on that show.
Oh, Dave.
I can tell you. So if I talk about it now, whatever, if I may have recorded a podcast today with some other folks, it's most of the stuff you got to hear more than once. For something to click, if you hear it a second time, third time, you'll be amazed that the amount of learning. You can only pick up so much. You know, you can listen to me twice. I'm entertaining twice.
Yeah.
Hey, this tonight you're getting the. I've still got some more salted caramel to go version.
Mm.
And I said I was not going to make any more of
Oh,
this.
wait, this isn't a working hangout.
Oh, it's
No,
working all right.
Yeah,
Work.
get your weed. Get your weed. Wants to do this.
I don't do that.
Can you turn the
This
glare
is what I
down?
do.
That's called the sun, Land Sharp Picker.
I'm listing.
That's a bolo there. Look out for that one.
Nope. When I was down there in North Carolina, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 cameras. Out of the 8, 4 have already sold. And these are the ones I have.
If I turn the regular lights on, it washes me out way too bad. So I have to use these lights. These are like my Jesus halo. The lights.
Actually, I like that look better.
It's man. The one thing I said this afternoon, and you guys need to hear it tonight. You need to hear it. Listen to the 3 P's in a Pod podcast, Triple P. It's lost my whole train of thought.
That's the name you guys came up with the show.
Tomorrow there's going to be problems in resale. They're completely different than today. Yesterday's problems are gone, but some of them still linger with us. Hey, Steve, how long you been reselling?
I don't know, a few years.
Has there ever been a platform that's just had a perfect year and nothing's ever happened and nobody's bitched about it and we've all sung Kumbaya and we've gone out to the campfire, we've made s'mores. Has that happened yet?
Nope.
Bonanza, I think, once.
No, Bonanza.
Of course not.
No, Bonanza got Kevin this week, so nope.
Oh,
Commonwealth Picker and the hats, Kevin.
What happened?
damn it. There's no perfect platform out there. I don't care. When Bonanza first started, for example, it was supposed to replace eBay. Well, that was 10 years ago now? 15 years ago? Yeah, we shouldn't be talking about that.
Hey, Craig, that's a good one, buddy.
You want to know what's hilarious? Since Craig's in here,
I'm still bitter about that one.
I bought a printer at a church sale. Was down in North Carolina. This thing weighs a ton. It's a Office something 7612, something like that. Big son of a gun. And I got the error that printer had not found. So I'm on YouTube's looking for how to fix that error. And guess whose video came up? Good old Land Shark Picker video. So I watched it, and I had the same result he did. It didn't fix the problem, but whatever.
I'm about to buy some more of this for tomorrow night.
I need a real resolution, by the way, Craig.
Hey, I'm proud of you for listening tonight, Steve. I'm ready for you to tell me you're a former Walmart driver and that you're actually a reseller again.
You're trying to pull you back in, man.
I'm both right now. So I've been selling. We've been doing pretty good on the eBay side of things. I spent a lot of money down there in North Carolina, and the deals down there are way better than what I can get up here. So I guess we're gonna have to move. But
yeah, so Craig says the $5 printer made him $2,500. I broke my rules tonight, folks. I apologize. I went to a thrift store and they had an HP 8710. And I'm like, I really don't want an 8710. I started looking them up on eBay and they're 180 to 210, 220. And I'm like, it's only $10. And I'm like, you know what? All right, I'll do it. I take it to the counter. All white tags are half off. So it ended up being $5. I'm like, shit.
I know. So that one I bought down there was only $5. That's why I bought it. I wouldn't have lugged that thing all the way. Mine was a 76 something. I don't remember. It's out there. I'm not going to go look. But, I took a chance on it. It doesn't work, so I'll probably just trash it.
If you want to come teach us something, Paul, there's the link.
Join the cool kids.
Yeah.
They'll put
So
you here.
I blame this all on Paul. So I watched Paul pick up this nonsense at the yard sales with me. I even, folks, I'm sitting there. I'm like, Paul, dude, here's a 50-cent wig. If you
Holy
put this damn
Lord.
thing on in your whatnot show, they'll buy it from you. It's sold for like $5. That's a win. I'm telling you right now, everybody bitching and moaning about oh, you can't make any money on whatnot. Paul, Philly Flipper, tell them you're not making any money and that you're going broke.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of his shows.
I'm definitely going to start. Steve's been
he's got
doing
quite
it.
a
I'm
following.
definitely going to start having shows probably in a couple of, maybe the 1st of June. That's my goal, is that first week of June to start having shows every week.
Speaking of whatnot, and I showed the
hell.
camera.
He
This
actually-
came off.
He
This
actually
came off
listened.
whatnot.
What up,
Yeah,
Paul?
this-
I'm not making any money. I'm broke. Is that what you want to say?
I bought this off of whatnot for $5 with a bunch of other cameras. $5 plus, the $8.35 shipping.
Oh, you're flipping.
I don't know what was better, the fact that you put the wig on, actually put it on, or it sold for $5. I'm like, damn right, that 50-cent
I
wig
had
was
to
worth-
model it, man. If I just had here's a wig, no one's gonna buy it. But if it was a wig worn by me, it's worth at least $5. Then
I almost-
Yeah.
I almost made a huge mistake with this camera.
if it's
The-
more
the-
by you. He
The first
increased
few
the
listings
value.
on the first few listings on this camera are 35, 45, $80 untested. I didn't pay attention and I almost listed this for that price. It goes for a lot more tested.
That's a $150 camera.
Yeah.
is that a
Well,
stylus?
this is just it's a stylus AF.
Yeah, it's a stylus.
So it's not it doesn't have a
Stylus
number or
AF.
anything.
Stylus as
Yeah.
fuck. Okay, well, okay.
So this is like yeah.
That damn thing is stylus as fuck. Damn
I
right.
think this is the original stylus, but
That's a serious
$5. Seriously though, I mean, if you guys aren't sourcing on whatnot, I'm telling you what, I got this off of whatnot.
I sold one of those on whatnot too, but for a little more than $5. But
Well, I have a few secrets of how to get things cheap on whatnot, but I mean, it's not something that's really that secret.
a secret is go to people that have like 5 people or less in their
I was
show.
just going to say, go to the people who are brand new.
You want to know? I mean, type in first show and whatnot and see what happens.
Right?
You can now sort also by new sellers.
All right, so
Can you?
Yeah, so you can see who's like first couple of shows they're having. Yeah.
everybody, internet royalty has entered the building.
I've already been here.
Oh, snap.
Hey,
I thought I was the internet royalty.
you are Paul. It's you. It's all you.
I was
I
gonna
thought it
say,
was me.
damn, no respect for me at all, Beard.
Hey, so Paul, I appreciate you saying, "Hey, man, you got room in the van, man." It made my weekend, man. I had so much fun doing yard sales with you, man, Paul. That was a blast. Tell them how much fun we had, dude. We laughed, we joked, we gave each other hell the whole time. It was just like me and Harlan.
That's the way yard sales should be, you know. And I told you, I got a lot of comments on my video saying, "Oh, why don't you go and by yourself? You're losing out on so much profit." And I'm like, it's way more fun when you go with people. It's way more.
Yeah, it is.
I can't tell you how many times I got in the van and I look back there. He goes, "You were thinking about leaving me, weren't you?" I'm like, "Maybe."
Yeah, it was. It's always a big fear. I turn around like, oh crap, they're not here. I gotta get back because the van's gonna be gone if I'm not back in about 10 minutes.
There's so much out there. Paul bought the stuff that he bought. I wouldn't have bought except for the couple of the Halloween things. I'd never even seen Department. So this is a great example. I'd never seen Halloween Department 56, and Paul's over there and picked out the couple that he had limited space, and he's like, "Yo, Beard, you can buy all this. This stuff is incredible." And I look up one and I go, "You're right. I'll take it all."
Stop
You know-
talking about it. I'm listing that stuff right now. Right now. Just don't talk about it for another month till I move all mine.
What Halloween Department 56?
You still move it. You
Christmas.
still move it.
Oh yeah, there's
No, mine's Halloween.
Yeah.
Connie.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Connie's coming by, huh?
It's been a while.
But folks, I mean, it's truly amazing. What you learn being with other people is see people have such a temporary view of it. They're like, "Oh my God, Paul's in Nashville. He might have lost a few things that I picked up." Folks, y'all didn't see the fact that Paul goes, "I bet those saddlebags will do good. I've got them at the auction right now because I didn't have the keys to them." Did you get that on camera where there's 4 or 5 things you're like, "Yo, Beard, that's bigger stuff. I can't deal with it. You might want to look at it."
It's on camera, but I haven't released that yet. I'm not sure if it's gonna come out yet or not because I really didn't really buy anything in that one. But yeah, but there's a bunch of stuff that was like just too big for me. I was like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But you got the car, so you go ahead, grab it. So yeah.
But the things you learn spending time with other people that you can use the rest of your life doing this stuff is way more than, oh my God, I missed out on a couple items today. People have such a short-sighted version of what their life is and what they need. It's, and not to mention, how much time do you spend with other resellers that you can go back in your hole? You can go back in Niagara, New York, in your little hole and never talk to another person.
John, Paul, sorry, I was watching some of your videos and watching some videos from Brian, Mr. Buys a Lot.
Yeah.
And man, I'm watching how quickly you guys move stuff on Whatnot. And it's got me thinking because like you and I were talking back and forth in the comments a little bit, but Brian said, maybe it's better to get $5,000 within a week for your stuff than wait a year and a half on eBay for like 8,000. And it like blew my mind a little bit.
Maybe that number really isn't that accurate, but like, so the stuff, Nashville's a good example. I spent $100 and about $30 in Nashville on my cost of goods. I sold everything in one show on Whatnot for about $1,300.
Yeah.
So I could have brought that to eBay, maybe made three and a half, whatever grand. But one show, 1 week took me. The show was 3 hours. Took me about 2 hours to pack. So
do you like it? That's another question I wanted to. Like, do you like it? Do you enjoy the shows?
Yeah.
He has a blast. Y'all, I challenge y'all. Go find him on Whatnot. Paul has a blast on. He's the same guy. You can be yourself out there. People want somebody with a personality. He laughs, he jokes, he carries on. Man, they're fun shows. Even if you don't buy anything, they're fun shows to watch, hang out, and you'll find stuff to buy.
If you're not having fun, people will realize that, and they're going to move on to someone else. So, like, I don't care if an item I have sells for $3 or $30. I'm going to have the same amount of excitement, same amount of joy. I'm going to dance. I'm going to make a fool of myself. People, all that kind of stuff. So, a lot of the reason why my stuff goes for a little more than somebody else's is because of the personality.
Okay, so have a stick. Yeah. So say if I'm watching you, Paul, and I give you a tip the seller, what are you going to do for me?
I play the piano. That's what I do for my tips.
Nice.
I usually run a giveaway at that point or something.
Yeah. So I mean,
you got to do something for the tip.
Be creative. I've seen Pat D's. He was in here earlier. When Pat D's, I think Craig had tipped him a couple times. Pat D's takes that money and gives away those items. He's like, I've got enough tip in these items. We're going to give these away courtesy of Craig.
I'm not that nice. No, I'm
well, Craig's a pretty decent tipper there. So.
I'll play the piano for you though. I'll do that. Yeah, but okay.
I mean, so and that's now doing a giveaway is a great idea. Somebody gives you a tip. Paul's got a great idea. I love the idea of spinning the wheel and they get whatever they get. I mean,
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
So I came up with a new idea. I'll show you here in a second. It's just in the prototype stage right now. But since I got this stupid Glowforge, I might as well use it, right? This is my
is that the Wheel of Destiny?
Oh, there you go.
So when I do a giveaway, I'll spin the wheel and you get a.
That's not a new idea. I've been doing that. That's my idea.
You got a wheel like that?
If I knew, no, mine's better.
Well, no.
Mine actually functions.
Okay, so how did you?
Prototype,
I watched the other day, and you spun the wheel, and it came up Pokemon cards like 8 times in a row. How the hell did you do that?
This one's not.
That's actually good for me because I got this Pokemon cards for like 10 cents a pack. So I'm very happy with that. That wheel I bought at yard sale for $5. That was one of my best investments ever, man. People love that wheel.
I'm gonna start selling those on Whatnot for other sellers.
There's so many things to do out there, folks, and I challenge you, if you're struggling on eBay or whatever platform you're on, figure out another way. Figure out something. Try something different. I mean, what is it? What have you lost if you try something different? What have you lost? I mean, you might find that you're actually a terrible eBay seller, but you're an awesome whatnot seller. You
So-
never know until you try.
That's what
My
I found
question
out.
is for eBay, and I know this is going to go unanswered, but why don't they started their own lives? Why didn't they pick up people like Paul and Commonwealth and all these people who are kind of like, you know, they know the deal. They've got like a little bit of influence on the internet. eBay Live. Have you seen the eBay Live? Who they've let do it? I don't know why they don't get it out to the social media types. Build their brand.
They can't afford me, Josh. That's why.
I just they're behind the 8 ball with their lives. They didn't come up with that idea until after Whatnot started.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Reactionary. It's a
That's how they-
reactionary idea.
Steve, that's how they do it, though. They
So did
will like,
Posh as
I know.
yeah.
Posh did their Posh Live after Whatnot. Theirs as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And that's why they can't. I mean, Commonwealth Picker and Philly Flipper and Cincinnati Picker, they're already over at Whatnot. Why would they
Yeah.
want to start a whole new thing, right?
Josh and Haley are over there. They don't really do
Yeah.
much on eBay anymore. They're
Nope.
mostly Whatnot.
They have the same.
I can't
concept as me,
afford to do only
but
Whatnot.
but they make more money than me. They have the same concept as me, but they got more viewers in the show.
Well, he's got that banana suit.
You're the star. You're the star of the show.
There it is. Show him on Whatnot. People who's going to give you money right away. Just say, hey.
Say Phoebe, I don't like any of y'all. Y'all all suck. That's what she's thinking. She hates everybody.
Say, hey, give me
Did you
$5
buy
for
that
the dog.
bandana?
Yeah. Jody sends me a thing from Instagram the other day. Says Phoebe needs this bandana, and it just says "I bark at all cunts."
Great.
By the way, I don't know your name, Philly. What's your first name?
Paul.
Paul. Okay, Paul. That shirt that Scott was wearing during that video that you guys made, he bought off of Whatnot. I sold it to him.
Yeah, there it is. There's the go back up a little bit. Go.
The shirt with
Oh,
the gray shirt he was wearing.
Oh, the shirt in my video he was wearing? That one?
Yeah. I sold it to
That was
him.
a Whatnot purchase? Oh,
That was a Whatnot.
Yeah, I bought it from Steve. I got two great deals on Life is Good shirts. I'm like,
Yeah.
nobody else is bidding on these Life is Good shirts. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
Here's the thing. I have a small audience. You know, I have less than 20 people usually in my shows because I'm new at it. And the only promotion I do is on the morning show.
Hey, Steve, so I can give you some constructive criticism. Speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Run 15 or 10-second auctions, create some excitement, and 30 seconds is way too long. 30 seconds.
The only reason I started doing 20 seconds. You know,
that's still too long. Do 15 at the max.
It's still too long because
sudden death.
I wanted to be familiar with the platform, so I wasn't selling anything that's super great except the Life is Good shirt.
what are you in the Whatnot? Sweetwater Legend? Is that what you're?
No,
Just Steve Alcorn.
Steve
underscore ALCORN.
But
I tried Sweetwater Legend and they told me that was unacceptable.
Kent says he hopes everybody goes to Whatnot. What do you mean, bye, Felicia? Hey, Kent, you're so I found out today that your Cajun folks got me. So yesterday, one of my tires, that tire that messed up in Louisiana, that tire is actually bad. Even though I tried to kill it with the brake caliper, and them damn Cajuns cross-threaded one of my lugs, assholes.
What?
Sounds accurate.
They had to break one of the lug nuts off to and press one in this morning. I had to sit in a tire shop 2 hours to undo the Cajun work. They're still nice guys, and they got me on the road. I'm not mad, but
Garden Resell. If you don't do sudden death, you don't get less money for less time because every time someone bids, it still resets with 10 seconds.
Right.
So unless you do sudden death, then you might get less money with less time, but you move a lot more items, and people stay in your shows more because they want to see what's coming next. But I do mine at about 10 seconds or 15 seconds, not sudden death, but just 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
But they're soft.
I think I'm gonna start 15 for.
They're soft closes, so just because it's a 10-second auction, if somebody bids, it goes back up to 10. It goes back up to 10.
I watched a couple shows that were doing 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I can't get through one item. It's way
1 or 2 minutes. I do if I have like a big bundle of like 50 things, and I start. So I show while the time is running. I show everything that's there.
But they were
for-
doing everything that way, and then they
Okay,
don't
so
talk.
there is a,
They don't
like,
talk through it. Oh my
boom.
god!
Yeah.
so let me so there's a different one. So Paul, you met the what are the ladies? Two Hip Chicks. You met the ladies.
Yes.
They do a Whatnot show every week, but they do music, and they run a minute auction. And if somebody bids on it and buys the record, they play it all the way through. So that's their little
Oh, that's
deal.
cool.
And so they want you to hear enough of these 45s and stuff they sell. So that's a pretty good. So
That's
no,
not a good idea because it's just one song. Like,
yeah. So
and-
if it doesn't sell, just a minute, they go to the next one. But if it does sell, they play it through. And I'm telling you, there's a way to do everything. There's no right, there's no wrong. There's what you do. But I'm telling you, for most people, if you speed it up, it's
You just gotta stand out though, because there's so many people doing exactly what you're doing on Whatnot, and if you gotta do something a little different to be there, so people can come to your show instead of everybody else's.
Guys, I think I was wrong about Whatnot. I was very critical of it in the beginning.
I was too.
Yeah, and I thought, you know what? It's just like another flash in the pan, and it's better to stick with eBay and just crank out listings. And while they're wasting their time over there, but I'm now seeing the value. I'm late to the show, but
especially if you're doing lockers, you're doing storage.
yeah,
Right, that's its go. I saw that when it first popped off. I said, anybody doing this, and I said it right away. Fucking storage auction pirate's gonna kill it.
He is.
He doesn't even do eBay. He doesn't even do eBay anymore.
Mike
Like,
quit
no.
eBay.
I watched him from the beginning when it all started. He didn't know anything about it. He was just learning the app. He was getting into it, and
There's another one in
these
Portland.
people will kill it. You know what I mean? Because look what you have into the inventory. You have a variety of a constant variety of shit.
Yeah,
and you can just run back to back to back.
As long as you can keep getting inventory at low prices and you're okay with moving it, Whatnot works for you. And then now, if you want to hoard things and wait to get top dollar, eBay's right for you too. But like, you can do one or the other. Yeah.
So who in Portland are you watching?
I don't remember his name. He's I don't know. He's like it's him and his wife, and they do.
Wade's Ventures.
Yes, yeah, Wade's Ventures. Yeah.
Oh, that guy's a shy shit. You got to watch out for Wade.
Well, I mean,
Wade, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Wade.
That's kidding.
Kidding.
It's not like Wade's listening.
But Wade is does he even sell on eBay? I went to his eBay store. He doesn't sell much on there. He's all
a good
Whatnot.
dude. I've met them in person, and I've done a show with him too. Wade's a good dude. I like Wade a lot. I'm just messing with Wade. He buys a lot of lockers, and he needs a way to move a lot of that stuff. I think he had this weekend, or he's having it this weekend. Like he's calling it the world's largest garage sale. His whole entire house is full of just from back to front, just all the stuff that he can't move.
Yeah. Those guys. So what I'll say about those storage locker guys, because they buy bigger than I do, their costs are $20,000 a month. So they got to turn it over quick. And I see them on Whatnot, and I'm like, I get it now. I was wrong.
But so tune into the podcast this weekend. John, he's the controller. He'll release it Saturday morning. We talk a lot about this. Some bean dude's going to join us too. So I'm telling you, if you're not opening your eyes and trying things, reselling is not going to be the same next year as it is this year. Don't miss out on the opportunity Paul's having great success. He's still one of the early. Whatnot is still early. It is not too late to get in there and dominate.
Yeah, when you said Josh, you missed out on that. Like, no.
You ain't.
One has been around for
no.
2.5 years, maybe. That's about it. So like, we're still in early. And what I like about Whatnot compared to eBay is that sellers, we give feedback every week or so. Hey, we would like this. We would like this. We would like this. And Whatnot listens and they add things. Like in the beginning, there was no raid feature. So like when the show is over, I would have to tag somebody and say, hey, go to this show after mine. They added the raid feature. They added the tip feature. They added the cheap shipping option. They added bundle deals. All these things that we've been asking for, Whatnot's been adding. On eBay's been working for 5 years for automatic payments.
They They just need to stay the flea market that they are. Just stop. You know what I mean? Just do what you did good and stay good at it and quit trying to do all the other dumb shit. Like,
At the end of the day, you need to ask yourself, why are you reselling? What's the goal of reselling? Are you looking at this as a personal thing where you're just selling your stuff and that's fine? Or are you turning widgets? Dave, we just sell widgets, right? Dave's talked about that for ever since I've met him. Everything's just a widget. You've got to figure out how many widgets you can turn because it's about how many your cash flow. There's a reason why Walmart tracks everything based on how many times they turn inventory.
Yep.
It's how are you in the business of storing inventory, or do you want to turn it? And
well, this is the mistake I made, is that I was like all eBay to start with, but now I've come to realize that there is stuff that is just not made for eBay that you can turn over quickly on something like Walmart or on Whatnot, or maybe like a, I don't know, flea market or antique booth or whatever. Then you've got your monster bangers that can go to like Christie's and Sotheby's and stuff like that. And then the other stuff is for eBay. And it took me a while to get there, but I'm seeing it now. Like I see the success people are getting and Whatnot. I know you're saying, Paul, it's still early, but for me, I saw it 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. And I was like, I was talking shit about it, and I probably shouldn't have. I think it was a mistake because I see how quick the velocity is.
I was the same way.
We all were.
We all were
skeptical. We all thought it was weird, like, you know what I mean? But it came around.
But at this point, it's started to mature as a platform, and it's gained its respect and its reliability.
Yeah,
as well as Paul was saying, the flexibility that they have to implement features fast that the sellers are demanding, or maybe even customers are demanding.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like you, Josh. I thought it would be like a flash in the pan. Oh, it's gonna be here for 3 months, 6 months. Right. eBay's gonna buy it out or something like that, and it's gonna be gone. So I didn't get on it in the beginning as well. Right now I'm at 10,000 something followers on Whatnot. Just in November of last year, so 5 months ago, I was only at 2,000 followers. Wow. So in that short amount of time, I 5x my followers. So it doesn't have to do anything with my YouTube personality or whatever, my YouTube audience coming over. A lot of the people that I found on Whatnot, They had no clue who I was on YouTube or anything like that. So it's just for me grinding, doing 5 shows a week, 8 shows a week, 10 shows a week. That the people came over and spent, and a lot of people come over that buy have no clue who I am on YouTube. They actually started following me afterwards on YouTube. So that's
every time I run a show, I get new buyers that I've never heard of. I don't know who these people are. They're not followers.
So study Paul.
I know that.
I would tell you to study Paul. And then one of my favorite, and I've never bought anything from her, Upcycle by Bree. I watched her tonight. That's why I didn't watch John. I was watching her Whatnot. She's an amazing. I mean, her mind.
She's like the farmhouse girl, right? Like does
and does all the stuff. Yeah. But she's also got her own website. She sells some stuff on her website, which I think is brilliant. You know, she's like, I've got my website in the back, and she says, I probably tonight. She says, I probably said too much. Whatnot's probably mad. But they won't let me sell paint anyway. All my paint's over there. Y'all go buy my paint over there.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, Beard.
No, Jennifer and I. So everybody knows Jennifer's one of my better friends. We watch her constantly because we study people we think are very good at it. Because you want to emulate people that are good.
Yeah.
You know, I watch Paul and I like some of the ideas he has. He's got shorter auctions. You know, every now and then he was like, you know what, we're gonna do this with sudden death. Y'all better bid, just to create some excitement. It's you know,
if like I feel like the room's dying out, like I would do something dev, we'll wake you guys up real quick, give you some quick deals. And Josh, what differentiates me from other people is like I don't really like pick. Oh, this is going to eBay, is going to Whatnot. Like I found a watch, a Lord of the Rings watch with Scott that has Wharf point comps of 330, 350. And has 2 listed on eBay right now for $440. I ran it at $5 on Whatnot.
That's the way though, because that's the thing is you never know what you're gonna find. So they're hanging out to see maybe they'll get a banger.
Yeah, and I sold that for $120 on my Whatnot show. So if you think about it, I lost money. I could have maybe made $300 on eBay, but I paid $5 for it. You know, so
how long will it take to sell it?
So question for you. Have you found that your activity on eBay has dialed back? Are you like, okay, I'm not going to focus? Yeah.
In Philly, I had 8,000 eBay listings. Right now, I have 400. So it's
wow.
dialed back by a lot.
So which is more work? Is it more work to do Whatnot or eBay?
No, eBay was way more work.
Oh hell yeah!
eBay was way more work because you think about it like on Whatnot. Okay, you sell whatever 100 items. You think, oh, that's 100 things you got to pack. Not necessarily, because somebody can buy 25 things. You got to put 25 things in one box.
Yeah,
So that's what's one shipment that you have to do. It's not 25 different shipments. And
I had a guy buy 36 items. I got it all in one box.
Yeah. I had on my birthday show, I had one lady buy 95 things. It was all jewelry, all went in one box. Took me 10 minutes to pack her order. It was 95 items.
So y'all listen to this on his birthday show. Tell him what your goal was. How many items did you want to sell?
1,000. I wasn't ending the stream until I sold 1,000 individual items. Yes. So it was a
comprehend. How long would it take you to sell 1,000 items on eBay? Think about that. Okay, so he had to ship them, and it took him 30 some hours to ship them.
Yeah, 2 months on eBay.
Yeah, my show was 12 hours long, to 12 hours and 20 minutes, and it took me 23 hours in shipping total afterwards. So 35 hours total work. Yeah.
So what I know
that's not really that bad though, if you think about it. If you how long, it's normal shipping time for that amount of things. It's just you're doing it all in one day or so, or 2 days or whatever it took you.
And the reason why is because I went to Nashville the day afterwards, so I had to hurry up and get it done in that time period. I could have been, well, whatever. Could have been slower, could have been faster if I had more freedom. But I knew I had to go to Nashville, so I had a timeline, a time crunch where I had to get it all done. Yeah.
So here's a good one. So when I noticed John was live, he was an hour into it, and I was watching Bree. Tonight she sold. When I quit watching her show, she sold 158 items in 2 hours.
But one thing about Bree is she's changing things around. Like she's picking up garbage, painting it, sanding it, like all that. There's a whole. So she's almost like a designer.
But she stopped doing a lot of that, and she's now telling you how to do it. She's just selling you the raw product now.
Yeah,
it's fun, and I've bought some electronic stuff that I'm selling at my local auction here. Those guys are what's that electronics? I'm the only one to build a radar detector for $10. I mean, it's a GPS radar detector from China.
Oh, wow.
The girl was like, "Is nobody else going to bid? Y'all going to let him bid this for $10?" I'm like, "Shut up! I'm trying to win it for $10."
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you, I've made more money buying on Whatnot than I have selling.
Oh yeah.
So far. It's crazy, but because people just don't realize these storage unit guys, they don't care. Because they're just moving inventory. If it sells for $1, it sells for $1. If it sells for $200, they don't care.
Steve,
so you find the right guys.
20,000 items here on eBay. This is all storage unit stuff. All of it almost.
Yeah. Just sell it, man. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what?
Yes,
that's the point that I've finally come to in my reselling life, because I can't resell full time right now, and I got inventory out the ass in my basement. Well, I'm listing it on Whatnot. Just get whatever it sells for. It sells for. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win.
I came to the realization of when I was moving between houses in November. I got this house. I had my old house an hour and a half away. And I didn't want to stop sourcing. I'm like, what's the point of me sourcing if I already have a dev file? I'm just going to hold it and place it away. So at that point, I was like, okay, whatever I buy today, I'm going to sell on Whatnot tonight. And I did that as a test. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm still 10xing. I'm getting 10x what I'm spending, and then selling the same day. So why hold till 40x or 30x?
Happy Picker says he knows Bree personally. She's in Missouri, Kansas City.
Yeah, she's in Kansas. Happy's in Kansas.
But she's a good one to watch. I mean, she thanks everybody for buying stuff. She talks to you like she personally knows each one of them, because she's got a lot of ladies in there that over and over buy the same things. Don't miss the fact that when you watch her channel, she's got so many people that buy over and over and over, because, there was 2 people. I watched 2 of the commenters. They said, "You're the reason why I'm on this app. I saw you on your videos, and I like you on Whatnot." I'm telling you right now, have any bit of a personality at all and be nice to people and sell decent stuff, you will kill Whatnot.
I'm trying to get my buddy Barry to get on Whatnot. He'd do hella good.
Yeah, Barry. I don't know anybody who says a bad thing about Barry. Do you know anybody who's ever said anything bad about Barry?
Man.
I hate
So
Barry.
we're working on it.
Worst. Can't stand that guy.
If you ever meet Barry, you'll have the opposite opinion. Yeah, he's a good dude. And I spent all week with him. We talked a lot about Whatnot, but we talked a lot about eBay and things like that.
See, so look at this. You've got a seller who's a great Whatnot seller, but was terrible at a booth. Is that crazy? Find your lane, and how are you gonna know what your lane is if you don't try something new? Oh my God, Beard, my eBay sucks. They're killing me. They're purposely killing me. Well, then find something else. If you want to keep doing this, find something else.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work,
it doesn't have to be. So District has a lot of these same features. It could be District, because I think District at some point is going to be pretty decent. There's no right or no wrong. I can tell you everybody says there's no right or no. The wrong is not trying something new. The wrong is expecting the same thing to happen whenever things are going to hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her channel is Upcycle.
Oh, really?
If that's what you're asking about.
Yeah, that dang Dark Horse. Dark Horse. I had to put a caveat on here that if you come on the channel,
shut up, Mark.
You can't lay on the couch. What the hell, Mark? Mark's on a couch hanging out. He's too comfortable. I'm like, does Mark realize the camera's still turned on? Damn, Mark. But it's
Mark got jokes.
But I mean, if you're a flea market seller, I mean, maximize the flea market. But I'm telling you, everybody has a personality, everybody has the stuff that double down on the stuff that talk to people like they're just normal people, and you'll be amazed what you can sell.
I bought this stupid tail from one of my friends on Whatnot because she said no one's gonna buy it. So I just bought it, just the tail, nothing else. Spent $5 on it just to prove her wrong. So I'm saying you could sell anything on that stupid thing.
Some of the things
Garden Resale says
over there are crazy.
He's up 50% on eBay over last year, and there are people out there. eBay is still a successful platform. I'm not here to tell you not to sell on eBay. But I'm here to tell you that eBay is changing, and if you're not willing to adapt and understand and do some research to figure out what they're looking for in sellers and items and that kind of stuff, eventually eBay will walk away from you. It's left a lot of sellers behind, a lot of longtime sellers.
Right now, I depend on eBay for these cameras. There's no way I'm currently going to sell those on Whatnot because I have 200 followers on Whatnot right now, but maybe 20 come to the show. There's no point in me trying to sell these cameras over there because this is a $150 camera. I'm going to get $10 for it. So I have to right now pick and choose what I'm selling on Whatnot.
And there's still some things I list. Like today, I listed
a lot of things.
3 DVD VCR combos. I'm not bringing those to Whatnot. No one is interested in DVD VCR combos on my Whatnot. So like those things. I listed a bunch of golf clubs today on eBay, but there is now a golf club category and Whatnot. So I'm gonna try to figure out. Maybe I might test that out and see how golf clubs do on there too.
But like Paul said, if you put those kind of golden Easter eggs in there every once in a while, you're drawing people in. You know what I mean? That they feel like they get a deal, and then more people. Hey, I just got this camera for $10. It might pay in the long term.
Right.
So Barry, Paul was saying some really bad things about you. He's never.
Is that Thrifty Santa? Is that who he is?
Yeah, Thrifty Santa.
Yeah, that's Barry. Barry, he's a horrible human being.
Worst. I heard terrible things about him. The worst.
You got to meet him someday. He's a good dude, man. He's a really good dude.
And the one thing I could tell you too is Paul. I've watched Paul. He's having a great time on Whatnot. I'm telling you right now. When's the last time you had a great time selling on eBay and had any contact with anybody else other than a YouTube personality?
Easy, 3 years ago.
A long time ago.
You have your meetups. Like you guys just went to Nashville. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but I was in North Carolina and I hung out with Barry for a week. You have that kind of thing, but you don't have any personal interaction with your customers or anything like that. On a platform like Whatnot, you do, because you're chatting with them in the chat and doing all that stuff.
So I don't hold that against you, Steve. I understand that your wife and Barry conspired against you to keep you from Nashville. So you were under immense pressure from Barry and Marsha not to go to Nashville, so I get it. It's okay.
Yeah, well,
Steve, you missed out on waiting 2 hours for food on Saturday. It was great. You should have been there.
well, my wife would not have been happy about that.
Man, we had a lot of fun. I mean, there were a lot of cool people there.
I'll be there next year.
A lot of interesting conversations. Krista Goose was there, man. I spent all kinds of time talking to Krista Goose.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Goose is a legend. Yeah.
And even when I wasn't talking to Chris Saturday night, Chris finally came in and talked to me because he's like, man, they're talking too much liberal talk. I got to come talk to somebody.
Out.
I gotta hide from all that.
But
I'm glad to
doing
hear
a
that.
Pete's thing in Cleveland this year. Is he doing it this year,
You mean Cincinnati?
or is it in Cincinnati? Sorry, or
Or
whatever.
no, Pete's thing?
Doesn't
Yeah.
he do one every
Chicago,
year
isn't it?
with?
No, so we had one last year, which was 2022. The one before that was 2021. So maybe every other year. Did they do that? I don't know. Yeah. The
You
only
mean-
one I
you
know
mean
about
you're
this
talking-
year was Nashville one. I don't know about anything else that happened this year.
You're talking the one that he does with
John.
Cincinnati?
Yeah,
Yeah. Last year was in Cincinnati, wasn't it?
That's
Yeah,
where I met Scott.
they
yeah, I
had
wasn't there.
Chicago
I
once
wasn't there
before.
last year.
so
But that's the one I want to go to. It's kind of close, and I really want to meet Pete. I
He's
really
good
want to
dude,
see him.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I haven't met him, but I know.
Yeah, he's an
God.
asshole. You're not missing out with him. He's the worst.
I can't believe you just
What
said
did you
that.
say about everybody, man?
You're supposed to say I really want to meet Scott. What the hell?
Yeah, been there, done that.
Man,
But,
I learned about Starbucks from Jake at this meetup. I had no clue that you could do that. You can go be a professional
Yeah.
Starbucks flipper. I learned that from him. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
How much points do you have? Yeah, that's what I want to know. You got a ton of points?
Yes.
Let's see here.
Blue shorts versus red shirts, or blue shirts versus red shirts?
And so we've talked a lot about Whatnot, but don't miss District. I think District is up and coming. It's a little slower because you got to bring your own. But Chris has got his own market, and is doing fine over there. You hear a lot of Commonwealth and he was talking in his last video about selling on District.
6,000 points.
Oh, I got you beat. on
You
that.
got free coffee for
I had
life.
over 8,000 points. I've used a bunch.
If I never
Yeah.
go to another Starbucks for the rest of my life, I'll be all right with it.
Both of those two over there sell a lot of Starbucks.
Yeah, let's see where I'm at.
Pete's done entire live shows on District. He's got
Yeah.
a deal going with them. So, and he's moving stuff on District.
Now, is District buyers mostly just other resellers? Because that's who they're marketing to.
For now, yes.
For now.
Until 1,000 is cute, man. He had 6,000.
He says that's cute. What do you got?
I don't
Hey.
go to Starbucks all the time. I would guess I have like 5. I don't know how to bet.
I have negative.
How do you check how much points you have? I don't even know how to do it.
And it's on the top of your home screen.
No, we resell, so we buy.
142. Get on my level, man. Yeah, 142.
Do I even have the app on here? Let's see what Johnny has.
142. Yeah, but to answer your question, District right now is mainly so like on Pete's District, most of the people, the buyers there are people that subscribe to Pete's channel.
Right.
On Kevin's District, it's the people that subscribe to Kevin's channel. On Crazy Lamp Ladies, it's people that are subscribed to theirs. So, but that's kind of guess how they're trying to build their customer base first. That's why I'm not really going on there too, because the people that are subscribed to my channel are already on my Whatnot. So I don't really see a reason for me to start a Philly Flipper District and bring them all over there. So I'm still staying on Whatnot until I see something changes. But I might just be like Josh 2 years later, like, man, I should have done that District thing. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll still be. 3 years from now, it'll still be a young platform, just like Whatnot is a
Yeah,
young platform
yeah.
now.
yeah. I just know that I speaking with Kevin and all them guys about the headaches that they have of running District, because pretty much it's not just you have a marketplace that you invite other people on, so you have to kind of like approve every single person that comes in that wants to sell in your marketplace, and people just get too butthurt if they don't get approved or if you take too long to approve them. So you get all these emails
It's a
saying,
little too
what do I have
socially
to
for me.
do to do this? Like, am I not cool enough to sell on here and all that stuff? So like, I don't want to deal with any of that. So well, I'm staying on Whatnot until.
So Happy Picker says he sold his first thing on Didbit today. Had a hell of a time trying to figure out how to ship it.
Oh,
On what?
Didbit.
What the hell is
is-
Didbit?
That's
Kevin's district. Yeah.
Kevin's district.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they have their own names. Like
I'll tell you,
their place is called Knickknacks. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Whatnot makes shipping fairly easy. I mean, you get
Very easy.
if you preload your shows, you get the picture and everything right there. It makes it so nice.
Very, very easy.
I tend to print out numbers, so I'll number everything. So and if you run, like I did a record, it was a horrible show, but I knew it was going to be. It was just, but I did vinyl, and I just numbered them all, and just ran. I didn't number them all. I just did it as whatever the weight of an average record is, and then 100 quantity or whatever.
So
and
you can do
100
generic listing.
stickers, and I just and it was really easy.
I like Paul's idea. Paul does a video showing you, hey, this is what I picked up. This is going to be on my Whatnot. And then you just use painter's tape. You write the number on it with painter's tape.
Yeah.
When I watch Bree puts it in a brown bag and she writes on it what it is, the number it is. You know, you can organize yourself anyway to make it quick.
Yeah.
For me, it made it so much simpler just doing the numbering things.
Yeah.
Even when I preload the auction, I'll number like this will be number 1 and the next camera will be number 2. You know, that kind of thing.
Thanks, Mark.
That way, when I'm running the auction, all I have to do is type in the number of what it is instead of trying to find it somewhere in the listing or somebody asks for something. I say, just give me the number. If you see something in the listing, give me the number, and it just works out for me.
Yeah. I do the tape thing for 2 reasons. First of all, it's just super fast. And then I do a lot of my stuff. I do winner's choice. So I'll show 4 different things and I'll say whoever wins picks one. And I just put the blue tape on or whatever it picks. And that for me has been working out better because if I just show like one, let's say I'm doing a Squishmallow, I just show one Squishmallow, only one person wants that one. There'll be one bid. I'll show 4 different ones. People are going to be bidding against each other, but they want different ones. But
it does make sense.
But they're afraid of losing the one they want. So they'll bid higher. And I get my money at the end. So like once I started doing the winner's choice thing too, like I made a lot more on my Whatnots too. So and then as soon as they pick one, I just put a blue tape on it. All right, that one's done. And
all things you learn just from doing it over and over and over again.
I like the idea of giving choice. I'll have to try it. As long as it's all similar, similar weight, similar size items.
Yeah.
You should be able to do that easily.
I have winner's choice plush. I do winner's choice Disney pins. They put up 3 or 4 Disney pins. They're all the same size. I do winner's choice t-shirts because they're all the same size still in that. Winner's choice hats. Whatever I have like more than one of that people might enjoy, just do all that. Yeah.
My biggest mistake on Whatnot so far was my very first show was I sold hats. Because I thought, they did well because I used to do YouTube auctions, just start. They did super well. Well, I lost a lot of good hats, for $1 because I didn't have the following for that, for those particular things. And I didn't advertise it well. And so, I mean, it's a learning experience, but it is.
So here's one. If you're in people's shows and you're active in the chat and you talk a little bit, you'll pick up followers. You'll pick up,
I've noticed that.
A lot of sellers are very nice and go, hey, if you've got an upcoming show, I'm going to support smaller sellers, and we'll give people a chance to put their links in. So, spend a little bit of time on Whatnot. You'll be amazed that you'll pick up people.
I try to give as much promotion people as possible, especially if I know them. I'm like, oh yeah, so and so has a show on Tuesday or whatever, because I don't believe that people are going to take money from me if I do it. So like if I see somebody that's coming in and has a show, I'll promote them all the time, and I don't see a problem.
We're selling generic items. I mean, at least you and I are. I've seen some of your shows.
Yeah.
And Scott would be. We're everything sellers, so it's not like you're going to have the same thing I'm having that night. There's no reason not to support other people.
Like the only time I won't promote it is I had this one guy that keeps coming into one of my shows, like, hey, I'm having a show in 30 minutes. Can you promote me? And I'm like, no. I'm still be on in 30 minutes. So no, I really can't promote you dead if I'm on. But like if I'm done or whatever, I can promote you then. Or if you have a show on the day, I'll do it. But like, don't come into my show in the middle of my show and say, hey, I'm going on in 30 minutes. Can you tell people to come to me instead? I won't do it then. But besides that, I'm usually all cool with promoting everybody.
Okay, so Josh, we're going to steal a little bit. Talk a little bit about hats. I don't think people understand the hat market.
Me?
Yeah, hats were
I'm the wrong. I have 1,000 hats.
Well, there we
but
go.
hats 3 years ago. There were so many sellers. The number of hats in the market.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so what we talked about. So a while ago, I don't remember the number that I brought up today earlier on, but if you searched hats, there'd be like 75,000 or something like that. Now, when you just search hats in eBay, there's 18 million or 12 million or something like that. But the number of customers has gone down, but the supply has gone up. So what we were talking about today is that the only way to fix that is with price. And this is, again, like Steve, you were saying, if you sold your hats for $1 each, I would almost be happy to sell my hats for $1 each. I'd get $1,000 just to get the room back.
Right.
You know, because this stuff,
Right.
some of these items,
You won't make $1 though with how Whatnot works, with how the fees work. So
Didn't they just change the fees? I mean, it's really hard to sell something for $1. You get 40 cents sometimes.
Yeah, so Whatnot takes 12% plus a 35-cent processing fee. So if you sell things for $1, you take away 35 cents and take 12 cents on top of that. So you're making like 50 cents in $1.
50 cents.
So I usually start my things at $3. And even if you're doing hats, maybe run 2 hats for $3 at that point. So that way you get $1.50 a hat, but you only get a 30% fee charged once. So it makes more sense for you. I bought at one garage sale a couple weeks ago. I bought 1,000 fidget spinners. And I put them in my buy it now for $3 for 3 of them. But I paid the guy $40 for 1,000 fidget spinners. So I could sell them for $1 each in my buy it now and make 50 cents on them. But I've been selling them for $3, and I probably moved a couple hundred already. For just
I'm surprised those are still selling.
Well, they're not. I mean, they're selling for $1 each, but like.
I think the difference with Whatnot is once somebody's bought something, or if they've won something, like they've got that free shipping angle. So now it's really easy to just add.
I love the free shipping angle.
You know those old.
I love capping the shipping too.
Mm-hmm.
You know those mesh. You know those mesh farmer hats from the 80s. You know, like John Deere and all that stuff. I've had a bunch of them, and I used to sell them for $200 a piece. Now the prices have come down to like $40 or $50. And they're still not moving for me. So I put them up on eBay, $3.99 auction, $3.99 auction. Still no bids, no watchers, nothing. And I'm like, what has gone on in this market? Like, what's going on?
Wow.
So
yeah, hats has become a tough market. I still love them. I buy them in bulk, so I have really no money into them. I had less than probably 10 cents a piece into the hats I actually sold and whatnot. But it disappoints me that. You know, I chose that for my first.
The bottom fell on those, I think. I mean, some probably still do really well, but.
Oh, yeah. I have a Ralph Lauren polo hat with a shark on it. I actually bought it on Whatnot. And that thing can sell for $150, $200. But it's going to take me a good long time to sell it. So there's still a market for certain hats, but it's not like it used to be.
How much is espressos on that one, Jake? How much espresso shots? I'm gonna 8 shots. Jesus.
8 shots. Lord have mercy.
How are you still alive?
What is wrong? You're not going to sleep tonight.
He probably gets 3 of those a day, too. That's the crazy part. He probably gets like 3 of those a day.
So I ordered it at 1 p.m., so I've drank on it since then.
Oh, okay. Well, what's 11 p.m. now, and you're still drinking it?
I think
that espresso is still there.
So, Paul, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I mean, you're giving a lot of wisdom. I hope people are paying attention and see this. You know,
I know Ken's definitely paying attention.
Kent wants everybody off of eBay because he's only eBay, but you know we ignore Kent. He's from Louisiana. What do you expect?
Anytime now, I know that.
But if you don't want to sell things at $1, make it more enticing. Sell 2 or 3.
I like that idea too. Yeah.
Think outside of the box. Create value for your buyer, so you encourage multiple buyers. It's amazing. You know, Paul's just sit here told you. You know, I can get so much for 1 Squishmallow, but if I give them a choice of 4, they're going to fight over to be the first one to pick. It's just think a little bit and figure out You know,
That's actually a really solid idea.
Yeah,
look
I
at-
wish I would have done that with the hats, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, winner choice with the hats. Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have been
And they
solid.
were all good hats too. It's not. I wasn't selling junk.
so let's see, auction. These are live auctions. So if you've ever been to a real live auction, they do the same thing. Pick of the
Mhm.
table. All those same techniques that those auctioneers use will work on Whatnot. We're not reinventing anything. We're just moving it from in person to virtual, but it's still the same things
Who is
work.
Harbor's Hope? They're being way too nice to me. I don't know if they're being serious.
So Ron,
That sounds like way too high of a praise for me right there.
he's a terrible human being. You don't ever want to talk to Ron.
You don't want to talk to him.
He's worse than Barry.
He's
Even
worse than
worse.
Barry.
Wow, I don't know that bar could be that low.
Ron did have a question earlier about how long your whatnots can be, and they can be any amount as long as you want.
Yeah,
Right? You ran a 12-hour show, right?
Wait, what 12? So on Tuesdays I have garage sale rate trains where you do a show for an hour, you rate to the next person, and like that. So those are hours. Then my Saturday shows, those are my mega shows. Those I try to sell at least 100 items in that show. Those last about 2 to 4 hours. It depends. And then I go live when I pack too. So like I went live on a Wednesday just to pack things that I sold the day before. I was live for 2 hours packing, and I still sold like $50 or something just by packing things.
So you're
People
selling
like,
while you're packing too. So.
because I pretty much, you know how you can clone your stuff from the show before.
Sure.
So whatever I had left over from Tuesday, I cloned to the Wednesday show. And while I'm packing, you're like, "Oh, can I see that? It's in your auction." I'm like, "Sure." I show
That's
it.
a
I
hell of
run
an
it.
idea.
It sells
I know,
while I pack the next item.
And so you also have stuff
Ray
in your
does
buy
that
now.
too.
So
Ray
people are
does.
buying now too.
Ray does that too.
That wheel spin's always in my buy it now. That stupid wheel spin for $3. People love that wheel spin.
Oh, so you charge for your wheel spin?
Oh yeah. I do giveaways for the wheel spins too, but if people want to buy it, they're $3. On my birthday show, I sold 300 of those things, 300 wheel spins. I spun that wheel 300
Right.
times.
Okay. I better get to making the real wheel. When I'm done with that wheel, it'll look a hell of a lot nicer. That's just the prototype right now.
Okay, so Ron wants me to tell you he's actually serious when he's asking these questions.
Sure.
Ron, he is actually a great human being. He's one of the nicest people on the planet. I mess with Ron a lot. He gives me hell about being an Alabama fan, and he's from A&M for God's sakes.
Hey Ron,
But,
post your whatnot name. Ron said he's going to do a show, so post your whatnot name in the comments so we can all see.
Yeah, Ron, definitely put your name in there and
or your link. Or is he? Yeah, he's a mod. He can put his link in.
Yeah, Don. I charge shipping on wheel spins. So if it's a giveaway, I obviously cover it. But on the buy it now wheel spins, yes, it's the 0 to 1 ounce rate, because it's either you get a Pokemon pack or you get a gift card or you get like a Disney pin, or I forgot what else. But I have some regular pins. I have fidget spinners in there, so it's all like very, very cheap things. So I do 0 to 1 ounce shipping on that. Yeah.
What I like about the giveaways on whatnot is it keeps the audience there for a little bit. You know, so if you do one at 5 minutes, keeps them there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I usually do them if I get rated by somebody. So that way,
immediately, yes.
So then all the people that come in, they because to enter my giveaway, they have to follow me. So as soon as I get rated to put the giveaway in, then let's say I get rated by 40 people, 20 have no clue who I am. Just by the giveaway, now I got 20 new followers because they want to get in the wheel spin. Yeah. Or if I see the numbers on my show kind of dying out, I'm like, oh, let me do a giveaway, because Whatnot kind of picks that up that the giveaway is running, and they promote your show a little more when that's happening. Same thing.
That's interesting, because I noticed I get more people in, just a slight amount, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more.
Yeah, some people I know have giveaways running the whole time.
I was just going to say that there's certain sellers that they run. Yeah. He's like, hey, let me do another givey. Let me do another givey. They just keep givvies going the whole time. And
the biggest issue with doing a lot of givvies is you better be making the money on the show.
Exactly.
You're paying at least $4 shipping for every giveaway you do.
Every single one. Yep.
So Paul, I caught Dawn, Two Hip Chicks. So they were they do it on Tuesday nights, and they had a pretty cool one. So they do all 45s and all records. And so their last one, they run it for 2 minutes. And so as they'll start reading out the record and give you information about it and put it down, and they'll run the auction for 2 minutes. And as many items as for 2 minutes she can read and put down, that's the auction. Wow. And if people are still bidding and it's still adding time, they'll keep adding records to
I've
it.
seen that one.
And so that's a great. I mean, I'm telling you, think outside the box. So
I
sometimes
see
that
sports
might
card
be,
guys doing that
it
too.
might be 10,
Yeah,
it might be
it's-
20
it's-
records.
Yeah, it's called pile on. I do that
Yeah.
with Flush sometimes. I just get a box, and like I always start in $5. People keep bidding. I'm going to keep adding Flush to it. And yeah, the pile on stuff. It'd be good with hats, Josh. If you want to get rid of hats that way, you know, just start at $5 and just say, hey, people
Load them up.
People keep adding.
So do you do it? Do you do it every bid or every?
So if I start at $5 and I add 3 plush into it, I want another one until there's like $10 in there or something. Maybe I'll throw one in, then like maybe a 12, 13 out another one in, you know, or like I'll throw a really good one in so that we get the bid up to $20 or whatever. I don't know. Most of my pile-ons don't go more than $30, $35, but it's a lot of the plush that was going to sell for $2, $3 each anyway. You know, so it's just it's a good way to move it that way.
Okay, guys, I got to run. I got to list more.
Hey,
you've got me motivated. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
I'm not motivated at all.
Disgusting. Ew.
Yeah.
Bye, Josh.
Bye.
Later, man.
But there's so much to reselling. I think we just don't have enough. People they're too scared to try stuff because they're too scared to fail. And the one thing you got to learn, Josh had it at the show the other day where he talked about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And man, look at all the successful people out there. You're not going to find one that hit a home run. Very rare they hit a home run out of the park first time and they're winners. They have failed it so many times that they keep trying, they keep plugging. It's like Gary Vee says, you got to have more wins than losses. And you don't lose till you absolutely quit, because the next win, it's about just think about yard sales. How many times have you go, you know what? And Dave will tell you this. We'll be on trips, and I'm like, dude, should I go to this store over here? It's like 20 miles out of my way. He's like, oh hell yeah, man, that's probably the best one of the whole day. I'm like,
right?
Man, shut up. You're just trying to make me go, and I'll get over there. I'm like, you son of a bitch. That was the best store of the day. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, because everybody else probably refused to go because of the same thought process.
I was with Barry last week, and we never go to the Salvation Army because it sucks. It's not a very good store. But this week, we decided to go. I bought 3 Wii's there. They were having a 50% off the entire store because they have to move the store because they want to put a liquor store in that building. The state of North Carolina, I guess, runs liquor stores. But man, I bought one of the film cameras there. I bought 3 Wii's there. I spent about $50, and I'll make quite a bit of money off of that. So going to that one store that you don't want to go to, or that one yard sale that doesn't look that good, or that one whatever, it usually pays off.
Did I wake you up, Phoebe?
What up, dog?
I just have a routine. I don't know if I'm missing the time trying to whatnot.
I still hate all of you fuckers. Especially you, Dave. I've seen you in person and I barked my guts up at you and you didn't go anywhere, you fucker.
My wife found out that my sister's dog had puppies today, and it's a pug. And she's like, wait, are they pug puppies? Because we don't want a dog, right? Unless it's a pug puppy. And I'm like, I don't know. And I had to politely tell her that, we work all day. There's nobody here to train the damn thing. She goes to bed super early, and I don't know anything about training dogs.
This is a dachshund. You think anybody trains a dachshund? No. We have 3 of them. There's no training dachshunds. So Happy Picker makes a good point. He said it's not about being scared, though. It's about, or it's investing time is worth trying. You never know till you find out. So if you're happy with where you're at and your results are, but I'll tell you, there's so many resellers out there right now that are just complaining. They're just unhappy with the results. And whatever it is, they've been sold. I think a lot of them have been sold a bill of goods. Just list the clothing 100 a day and you'll be successful.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed because the saturation of the market.
YouTube loves activity, Scott. It doesn't matter. Go list 100 rocks that you find outside, and you're bound to sell one of them.
It's crazy. Yes, Larry. It is now Friday, but the challenge is if you're not happy with where you're at, you've got to try something different or accept where you are.
And that's what I keep saying is like reselling works. You can take whatever path you want. Like I'm not trying to say everybody come with a whatnot and sell on there. Like if you're happy with eBay, eBay works out well for you. Good for you. Like I don't care. I'm very happy with how whatnot is working for me. So that I'm making less, but I'm flipping things way faster. So in reality, I'm pretty much making the same.
Yeah, essentially, you're either making the same or more. Really.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
As long as you find things for cheap and you can find things in volume, whatnot could work for you. Now, I've seen some people that don't find things for cheap and go to whatnot and lose money.
Yeah.
So if I go to a yard sale, buy something for $50 that can sell for 200 on eBay, I am not bringing on the whatnot at $5. Yeah. I'm listing that on eBay for 200. But if I go find something at a yard sale for $5 that sells for 200 on eBay, I'm bringing it to whatnot and I can sell it for $50, $60. And I'm happy with that profit instead of listing it for 200 on eBay. So like it's all about I guess what you make of it. And like I live in Florida, I have yard sales all year round, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can find things all the time. I have find things enough for 2-3 shows a week if I want to, and as long as the market's there, I'm gonna keep bringing it that way.
So when do you follow Dave and change your name since you're no longer in Philly and that's so confusing?
Is it confusing though? Everybody comes to my what? I was like, oh snap, Philly boy, where in Philly you from? I'm like, I'm in Florida. They're like, what?
Maybe because Philly's the third largest city in the country, so it's kind of a lot of people.
You could be with a P, of course, formerly Philly Flipper.
Yeah, oh, that could work.
There
people told me to switch it to Florida Flipper with a PH.
Nah.
Yeah, the Florida.
I don't think that works, man.
Yeah, I don't think that works. Because what if I move from Florida in 2 years? So what am I want to be there?
That's the problem of naming yourself after where you live. Because if you move,
I should have. Well, like what if Scott shaves? He can't be beard picker. Then Scott's not allowed to shave ever.
He can never.
Have you ever seen? By the way, have you ever seen Scott without a beard?
No, I'd be afraid to see him without a beard.
You won't recognize
a pretty sight. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight.
It's a scary sight. I'm about to show. One of the only pictures I know that I've got with me without a beard is my Costco card. They look at me like I'm crazy.
Talk about Uncle Fester. There you go. Right there.
Wow.
Dang, how long 10 years ago?
That was a while ago, but it's still the same.
Dang. Ex-Ukrainian. Why ex-Ukrainian? I'm still Ukrainian, Laurie.
Yeah, you don't ever stop being
Where did you get the ex-Ukrainian from? The flag's still up there. Right there. It's an AI droid. Yep. Yeah, I'm not changing. People can say I'm changing. Like I'm saying, like Philly's in my blood or whatever. I'll make it work. I should have changed it when I first started. That's why I say, people, if you guys are starting a YouTube channel or whatever, don't base it on a location because you can always move and then it's going to become weird.
Or a physical characteristic. Just pick something random.
Yeah, like Jakester or something. Jakester's a good name.
Yeah.
Starbucks addict or 8-shot Jakester. That should be a good YouTube name.
You know how much Jakester is my name?
It's wow. Okay, well, there we go. Imagine I go to Starbucks and say Philly Flipper. And we're like, what the hell is this? Who the hell are you?
But I think we do as we get on here on YouTube and we show everybody happy times and good times, and I don't think we show people the true reality of we all struggle. I started to show off by telling you the crackhead that returned it because she read the side of the box where it's talking about their claim for being number one was in the 2020 sales year. What's that got to do with the expiration date on the bottom of the box, you dumb bitch? Nothing. But she said, here's her comment. Let's go back to her comment. The medicine expired. The medicine is expired. You have to be careful because it is eye medication. Please, more humanity with the people.
I don't know. When I think of Scott, I think of humanity. To be honest, that's the first
humanity
word that comes to my mind.
You want to hear a good one? I got one on Whatnot. I had a video game show and I sold all video games, and that was my best show ever, by the way.
I
That
believe
was a
it.
good show.
I
Yeah.
believe it.
One guy bought one video game, and it didn't arrive even though I shipped it the next day. It didn't arrive till the end of the month, and he left me a bad feedback because it didn't arrive. So I messaged him. I wasn't asking him to try to get contact whatnot or anything. I just want to make sure the guy's satisfied, right? That's good customer service, right? I want him to come back and buy again, even though he left me a bad feedback. I know he's probably confused about how shipping works. Well, then he tells me it didn't really arrive late. Somebody stole it off his porch. But yet I get the feedback for that. Really, dude? Now I don't want him to buy from me.
Well, no, you contact whatnot and you show them the screenshot, they'll remove it.
Yeah, it didn't make my rating go down, so I'm okay with
still
it.
a 5.0 on there?
Yeah,
Okay.
It still shows a 5, so I don't care. I mean, I've had bad feedback on eBay as well, and I almost never.
I'm the
try to
king
buy
of bad feedback on eBay, man. I gave up on that.
I'm not. I don't.
I got
rarely
one today that says item hasn't been delivered and it's May 9th. And then I look at the tracking and says delivered April 18th.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I know if I call eBay, they'll be like, it's their experience. We can't remove that one. So like I'm not even doing.
Yeah.
I also have
one. eBay should remove that one. The bot might not remove it, but then when you make a human look at it, they generally will take that one off.
Okay. Because I had one. I got one negative right now that is still in transit. Some guy bought something from me from Lithuania, and he left me negative feedback and says the item does not work, and he didn't get the item yet. So
Patty,
no, I guess
it
really doesn't work.
Like, I don't know how that works for you.
Patty Johnson says she's watching a poor whatnot guy get 0 bids on uranium glass.
I don't think he's a poor whatnot guy.
Patty,
You know why he's not a poor what? You know why he's not a poor whatnot guy? Is because he's not getting bids, so he's not getting ripped off on that stuff. I feel worse when I bid on.
What's his name? I'm about to go find him and give him a bid.
Yeah. Yeah. Who are you watching, Patty? Let us know. We'll go watch him right now.
Yeah. Put that up.
If it's uranium,
he's not losing any money if he's not selling the stuff. That's the thing. Whatnot doesn't charge you to run a show.
This is Brett 28. I see glassware and vintage items pop-up show, and that's probably the issue why.
I don't get the pop-up show. For somebody like you with a good size following, a pop-up show will work. But I see people with 100 followers or less doing pop-up shows. That don't make sense.
No, and then I talked about this on Ray's podcast, Natural Flippers, about what the success is. The title is a big key on the SEO too. And like if you do pop-up show, then that's not really that enticing for people. And if you say glassware, $1 starts, uranium, if you put all that stuff in the title, that's way more enticing than glassware pop-up show. Like that's way more enticing. I think I found
people.
Is it Brett? Because I see him right here.
For people like me who are looking for deals, I'll click on those pop-up shows, and I'll click on, you got 5 viewers, I'm there.
Well, if you got 5 viewers, you don't need pop-up show in your name. I already know I'm going to be there if you have 5 viewers. I buy a lot of stuff from Whatnot and I sell it on Whatnot. I scour like at this time, especially like this time, 12 a.m., 1 a.m. I go to the garage sale category. I see plenty of people that are there that have two people, 3 people, 4 people in the show. And I'm like, hey, can we do a bundle? And I buy $50 worth at a time from them. And they're happy to sell me $50 worth. And then I turn that 50 in about 200, 300 on my Whatnot show. And it's just because I have the bigger audience for it. So you could definitely, see, just sold some buttons for $2. See, there we go. A whole bunch of buttons.
Hey, American Honey, how are you? Did we ever get the answer what the person's name was?
No, she didn't tell me. Patty.
Come on, Patty, don't hold out on us.
Is it Uranium Sam? There's one on there that has a few.
Jake's on
it. Jake's looking too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking. I haven't found him yet.
Jake's usually the one that finds the links.
Uranium Sam. It says all glowing glass pop up Thursday.
Just search Whatnot by pop-up and you'll find it.
Is he live right now?
Uranium Sam, yeah. That one's live.
Yeah.
17 watchers.
But so everyone,
Seems
so
to
every
be-
one of
should
them
be
has worked.
enough.
So I don't understand how we rate platforms. So many people have been on eBay for so long, they forget that you were originally an eBay seller with no feedback and the limits on selling and how hard it was to do these things. But then you look at Whatnot and go, why am I not an instant millionaire?
Josh
Weird.
calls uranium.
Oh, this guy just got $40 in his last item. What do you mean he's getting no bids?
Uranium Sam, sir.
He just sold them for $39. His last thing. The one before
Josh,
was 40.
Josh said, yeah, Josh said he was going to go work, but he's in the chat.
Buying it up.
The guy's probably wondering why he's getting so many people.
So,
Hard to find these old ones.
so should I tell Uranium Sam he owes me some kind of commission for sending all this traffic?
You should comment and say, "Hey, you're welcome for all the people that just came into your show."
I wouldn't mention a thing.
Josh thought he was winning, but
So,
has a beautiful.
Paul, do you use a buyer account, or do you use just one account?
The same one.
I've seen like 5 screen names I recognize already.
Same.
Oh, I see Jakester in there.
Yeah, Josh is in there. I'm in there. Jakester's
Josh
in
goes,
there.
"How do I bid on this?"
Uranium Sham even joined. That's nice.
Yeah, he had
I'm
to
selling all
connect.
this stuff to Jake's screen name the one night. I don't remember. It might have been video game. I had no idea it was you. You know, it's crazy. And then
What's Jake's screen
and
name?
I'm like, wait, Jake.
Scott
It's a
knew it was me.
$200 piece he has that up. Well, Josh, you click bid. But if it's
Yeah.
$200 piece,
Yeah,
you go
bid
bid.
on it.
He's not getting started yet. Yeah, I know I know exactly who Jacob is.
That listing. Is anybody interested in this one? I had it
Say
started
yes.
at 9, but the listing is not working. So I can do a quick ad on the show if anybody is
They
interested.
run.
So otherwise, I can just pull out a different one.
I'm going to write run, even though I don't want to bid on it.
There you go.
Okay. I'm just gonna do a quick ad.
Where's the go bid button, Josh? Stop
All right, I mean-
embarrassing yourself.
Large LEs.
Where's the go bid
Does
button?
does he sell to
So
Canadians?
he's always eating Sue, and he never gains any. Well, according to his brother, he's fat, but I didn't really see that.
Well, now we got 23 people in there. We shouldn't have said it.
Hey, if y'all missed Nashville, that David decided that not only is Jacob fat, but he's mean. So there you go.
He's probably halfway true. One of those two are correct.
This guy ever going to run this thing?
Jake is not fat. I can tell you that. Jake is not mean. I can't say anything about that part. I haven't figured him out there yet. But getting presses one with look collection of this.
Yes, it's still waiting for
Josh is go bid. How?
There's now 28 people in this show.
That is not how that works, Josh.
He's taking forever, by the way. Like,
Yeah,
this is not how you run a whatnot show. He's taking
You
him
can
8
hear him
hours just
typing in the
to
back.
put it up.
The
Oh,
ones
he
I
got
hate the
100.
worst.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn him off for a minute. The ones I hate the worst are the ones who
Apparently he
show you
knows.
a table and say, "Is anybody interested in anything on the table?"
Yeah,
That's
I
not
hate
how you
that.
run a show. Just
Nope.
you run the items.
If there's any other requests, I have a lot
$100
of
bid right now.
Come on, Josh.
No
He
wonder
said
he's starting these
$200.
things at $100.
Of course,
Well,
yeah,
Josh
of course
said
they
it's
get no
worth
bid. It's
200.
already at 100. Yeah.
Josh said it's worth $200.
Yeah.
Man, Uranium Sam, I'm out.
Yeah. So that's how you don't do whatnot right there, ladies and gents. It takes you 20 minutes to start something. You start at $100. That's how you.
That's why I
don't do it.
tell you, if you're gonna find people that are successful, follow Paul, watch Paul how he conducts his auctions. And, you'll see a lot of things he does. As Patty, that was
Spoiler alert,
Patty.
it's actually Patty.
I can't. You figured it out, Patty. Almost got us.
It's got 125 items in the auction.
Yeah. I mean, he sold quite a bit. He has some decent sales. 40, 30. Some sold for 8. You got a $60 one right there. 20, 20, 27, 15, 30, 40. I mean, he's making money. I don't know how long he's been on. He sold 28 things.
So Patty is saying that's not her. She just stumbled on the guy.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
Patty.
but she said honest to God, so it has to be true, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Patty was probably getting like a 20% commission to bring traffic over there.
Yeah.
Look at these idiots on YouTube. I'll get them over there.
Josh wrote, "What the hell? You bait? Switch me, my guy." The one not sure. He thought it was gonna be $15. He said, "What the
I
hell?
don't
You
think
bait?
Josh-
Switch me, my guy."
I don't think Josh understands whatnot yet.
He doesn't.
You need to watch a few,
I
Josh.
think he's on a computer trying to bid.
You can bid on a computer. I do it all the time.
Yeah,
you
I'll
just
put a
can't.
computer right
You
now.
can't do the giveaways.
Or you can't.
Can't
do
do
it.
Yeah, you can't do the giveaway on
Giveaway.
the computer. You can do everything else.
I've gotten so used to just doing it all.
You
on
can't
my
give
phone
tips.
now. Like,
You can't give tips on the computer either.
Yeah,
have
you
to
can
go
give
over the phone.
tips. The giveaway thing is IP addresses. They can't stop that, so you can like log on from the same computer
Yeah.
multiple times and enter the giveaway, or like multiple times on one username. So that's why that will never change. We can never enter from a computer, unfortunately, but on the telephone.
But it's
I like
not a
watching
bad
the shows
thing.
on the computer. But
Just think about the people that are on Whatnot. I would think it would skew to a younger audience, and they really have that rectangle in their hand all the time. It's everything is about the phone.
well,
And
it makes sense why they've done it that way. You know?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. Makes a lot of sense.
I don't care for it because I'm an old
Just
school.
just
I
think
like
about the
watching
opposite.
computer.
How hard is it to sell Bonanza with no app whatsoever?
Yeah, right.
Can you do you think there's anybody under 40 who's ever heard of Bonanza? The TV show
I don't
or
think there's
the,
many
or the
people
damn
over
show?
40.
I did. I'm under 40.
Man, shut the hell up.
I'm under 35 even.
Yeah, you're the youngest one on the show.
You're not under 35.
I turned 34 a couple of weeks ago. 1990 birthday. Boom.
holy shit!
That's the year I graduated high school.
That's a high school.
Born 1990, April 22nd, 1990.
You know that crackhead that was in the front seat of the van? I met her in 1988, for God's sake.
Wow. That's before I was born.
I've been putting up with her crazy ass longer than you've been on this planet. That's scary.
I want to know that was
Hey, props to you, man. You did it. It's a long time.
My kids were born in 91 and 92. So,
Wow.
man, jeez. And 2000.
Paul has the hair of a 6-year-old. Let him.
Hey, Josh,
Hey.
that dumb boy shit works on Whatnot. It don't work in here. You weren't born in 97.
97.
Don't be trying to bait and switch us right here, Josh. Come on. That's not how it works, man. Chris, according to the comments, me and your kid have the same exact hairstyle. So I don't know if I have the hair of a 6-year-old or of like a 6-month-old, though. I don't know.
That's a good way to look at it, though.
That is a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
But I just can't get over the people that are so stuck in their ways, and we'll go down with the Titanic versus doing some work elsewhere. You know, sourcing. I'm going to purposely source. Spending time with Paul really.
It's the same hair.
I knew about Whatnot. I've had a couple Whatnot auctions already, but it really opened my eyes to, man, I should be. There's other stuff buying in lots and buying at yard sales and stuff that is so cheap that I should be sending stuff to auction and be doing Whatnot. So I'm gonna start collecting stuff for Whatnot, just because even if it's a couple hairdos a week, I read hairdo right there. A couple shows a week. I'm telling you, you can pick up some extra money. You can have a good time. You can move products. You can turn your inventory.
I wish.
But don't you send like insane amount of lots to the auction house? Don't you say you send like 40 lots a week to the auction house?
I send 60 a week. Harlan sends 90 some a week.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, how many shows do they have? Is there one show that they have? Like
One a week. One auction a week.
Dang. So without you and Harlan, they probably wouldn't make it.
Tonight they had 2,900 lots closed.
2,900?
2,900.
Holy crap.
It is a warehouse. It's divided in two. One side is 1 week, and one side the other. There's always a week running.
Dang.
It's an amazing, man. It is an amazing thing.
How many people show up to buy there? Like hundreds?
He said that they've got 12 to 14,000 individual buyers every week.
Like, holy crap!
They've been doing it. They're a legitimate auction. They do estate sales and equipment auctions and inside auctions. They've been doing it online for about 10 years now.
Oh, so it's online.
Yeah, it's through Hybid. It's online.
Oh, well, that's okay. I thought it was like an in person when you come in. You bid.
No.
So Happy Picker said
Scott drops his stuff off, and then they list it all, and then people physically come and pick it up.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it's like a hybrid. Yeah.
And so Paul, Happy Flipper just said we suck.
Yeah.
To be fair to it, I've already talked to Happy Picker about this because this was the same sale where you got that like dancing lamppost and they had those like crazy Converse shoes.
Right.
I got the hats for $5. Then he tried to sell me on the slot card thing for $5, which would have been a good deal. But I was like, I just want the cards. I don't want the whole thing because I couldn't take it all. And he's like, no, I want to sell the whole thing. I don't want to sell just the cards. They came afterwards, which I guess was later in the day, and they were more willing to deal with her because it was just to whatever they just wanted $5. So it's not like we messed up. It's just either she's cuter than us and they want to deal with her, or they just were more willing to move at that point.
That's probably what it is we're just too ugly. That's what it is.
That's what it was.
Every time I asked that lady for a price, she gave me these high prices. I'm like $10 and $20. I'm like, I need 4 and 5. What the hell happened to 4 and 5?
I'll tell you, to be fair, I would have bought that lamppost thing, man. That thing is pretty cool.
The dancing lamppost?
Lamppost,
if it works. I don't know if it works or not.
I don't know if it works either.
Run it through the auction if you don't want to test
it. Yeah, for $5 that was a no-brainer. And then like
that animated Christmas, some of that animated Christmas or animated anything really.
Yeah.
If you buy the right brand.
Ugly tax is real, Andy. Ugly tax is real. Especially if me and Scott come, that's like double ugly, man. That's like it's hard to get a deal ever.
Is that why I never
Yeah, I'm trying to see. At that auction, I picked up not the auction, but the yard sale. The one next to it, they had a monocular, whatever it is, monocular or whatever.
Monocular.
I just sold it. I got $32.50. I paid $5. It went to the auction. I sold it for $32.50 tonight.
Wow. That's even less work than what that is, man. You don't have to even ship it.
Didn't you tell me to buy that Chefman waffle iron for $2?
Yeah.
It just sold for $15.
Well, that's profit.
That Nespresso coffee maker that I bought for $5.
Yeah.
$37.50 on the auction.
Damn. Hey, that little digital camera I showed on the morning show, that little blue Canon. I sold that last night for $144.
I lost money on the leather saddlebags. Oops.
Saddlebags didn't sell?
Oh. Yeah, I lost. They sold for $9.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to put them on eBay, but I decided I didn't want to deal with them.
Wow. They were Viking, right?
Yeah, Viking.
That's surprising. And they went for that low.
Guess you won't be sending saddlebags to the auction again. I think you probably you didn't have the right set of buyers that night.
They're like what? They're like 120 online, right? Like around there.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah.
But they didn't have the keys. And I didn't want to explain it. You know how people are on eBay. They're crazy as hell.
Well, you would have sold it, but you got a return right away. People say, "Hey, there's no key in this," even though there is no key in the title or the description.
Phoebe, you made my leg go to sleep.
I'm still watching this stupid Sam guy.
It's amazing to me that people are so blatant not to read the description, even the title at all. They don't read it. And that a good portion of my returns come from people who don't read.
So Patty, if you're associated with Sam, we apologize for Paul calling him Stupid Sam.
I'm sorry, Patty, if you're still listening. Yeah, my apologies. I apologize for calling Stupid Sam.
Well, he's trying to sell $200 items on Whatnot. He has hardly any. He's not.
So we need to encourage. We need to encourage Kent Daigle to go on Whatnot. Kent, come on and join the Whatnot crowd.
That'll be the day.
I bet you Kent would love to buy over at Whatnot.
Come on, crazy Cajun. Put your crazy accent on Whatnot. People will love you.
Yeah.
All right. Phoebe, you're killing me, Phoebe. Kent says he is on Whatnot, but are you a seller or a buyer?
He's a buyer. I guarantee it.
He just keeps it low.
Yeah,
Have I
right.
sold to you, Kent?
The best way to keep it low is announcing that you can keep it low. That's the best way to keep it low.
I actually have.
I've got your address. I'll hunt you down.
I know I got his address.
He says he's won 3 big items.
There we go. It's crushing it. I legit came on the YouTube to upload my video for tomorrow. Then I saw you were live, and now I've been here for like 2 hours.
Yeah, we appreciate you hanging out, man. You got a lot of knowledge, man. It's appreciated.
Thank you for having me on. I'll get you guys later.
Yeah,
Thanks for answering my
It
question.
starts in the morning. I don't want 8 espresso shots like Jake. I want to get a regular coffee and get some good sleep.
We're gonna tell everybody good night. My leg is asleep, and I gotta go get some Advil. This is what happens when you get mid-50s. Mid-50s is all downhill from here. It's terrible.
I got 20 years left until then, so I'm good.
No.
Hey, wait till 40. 40 hits you like a sack.
40 hits, they get tucked right there.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Don't be telling me that, man. I'm in the prime of my life. Man. The prime of my life.
Lord have mercy. All right, everyone, have a Merry Christmas. Peace out.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Happy Easter.